What is up, everyone? JD here. Got a new model in from Kubey to check out. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, we have the Kubey Neo in today. This is a cool little gents knife. You have titanium hardware with titanium scales, steel lock bar insert, frame lock knife, flipper only, just a very clean design, very low profile. You got tight jimping here on that flipper tab with a very good detent. Absolutely fires out, and a beautiful belt satin finish on that S35 VN blade. This is a Keanu design, and you have very good access to that lock bar on this one. It is riding on stamped ceramic bearings. It is a lightweight blade, so it is definitely more of a shaker. It's not going to fall shut or anything like that, but it is very well made. I decided to take it down to the garage and do just a little bit of cutting with it, and the S35 VN feels like it has a very good factory edge. It absolutely shredded through the cardboard, very slicey feeling knife, and it worked really well in the pinch grip. Due to its size, very easy to get way out on that tip to do some detailed work, and very, very comfortable in hand with these ergonomics and this blade shape and this handle shape. Well, mostly with the handle shape, it definitely feels very comfortable in hand, very hand filling, even though it is not quite a four-finger knife. Chamfered well on the edges, got good height to it, so it does feel very confident in the hand because I can get a very good grip on it, and that little flipper tab actually acts like a little bit of a finger guard on here. And again, very nice job with that belt satin finish. The access to the lock bar feels very good. This one almost feels like it's been over tightened, and I kind of just want to check to see what it feels like by chance. If I backed it out ever so slightly, no play, feels a little bit better. Still dead center. Feels a little bit better, but I don't know with this light of a blade if you're going to be able to get anything else out of this as far as the action's concerned. Well, actually, it's starting to feel a little bit better. Felt like it almost didn't want to drop originally. Now it feels like it wants to drop freely. And yeah, it is definitely locked up solid. And again, the jimping on here is done really, really nice, guys. Just very snappy. Okay, what's going on here? Okay. That was weird. I was like, it was fine. Yeah, okay. I don't know why it locked out there. I don't think I fired it particularly hard or anything like that. I guess it just got hung up in that one instance. Okay, nice and centered. I mean, Kubey just does a really good job on their machining. Let's do some size comparisons on this one, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, so I did want to do like what I would consider kind of like my medium and my more full-sized EDC with the Manix 2 lightweight and the Vault. And it is smaller, but it does offer still very good ergos. So with the Vault here, you can kind of see I hang off the back a little bit when I use that dedicated choil, and when I use that forward finger choil, I can choke up, and now I have plenty of space. So really, in the way that this one's designed, it works very well. I do hang off the back a little bit with the larger hands, but I think medium all the way up to a large size glove hand, this Neo is going to work well. Let's do a couple more, then we'll weigh the knife. All right, guys, we have the Concept Tarkin and the Concept Sibin out here. As you can see, the Tarkin's a little bit longer, again, more full size. And then you have the Sibin, which is kind of flexing, like I would call it, a medium to medium large size knife, and you see your Kubey is going to be a little bit of a smaller EDC, probably more comparable to like a Para 3 lightweight. All right, let me get these out of the way. We'll grab the scale. Let's check the weight on this one. All right, we got the scale out, cutter on, and see what we got on the scale as far as the weight for this one. Coming in at 3 ounces, so it could be pretty comparable to like a Para 3 if you threw some aluminum or titanium scales on there and moved away from the FRN, and probably same thing with like a bug out or something along those lines. But I do like the weight on this one. 3 ounces, for a very clean, discreet, minimal carry, a gent's carry, something you can carry into the office or out on a date. I think this is going to work really well for those applications. Let me move the scale out of the way and we'll go ahead and wrap up with final thoughts and impressions. All right, guys, time for the final thoughts and impressions on this one. If you don't know, I grade on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is the lowest you can get, 10 is the highest. Budget knives cap at 7. This having S35VN with all titanium hardware would be eligible to go above a 7, depending on how I feel about this particular knife. What I take into account is materials used, fit and finish, price, and performance. And I think this is a really solid knife. I like a lot about it. It's also a very simple design, very clean, nothing really that's going to stand out, but I think that is the point of a gents style knife, something that you can carry that's going to be kind of tasteful, classy. Nothing that's going to be too outlandish that is going to stand out in that place. Having said all that, I think for this one here, I'm at a 7.1. I do like the premium materials. Again, the fit, the finish, very comfortable ergos, flipper only design, keeping it super, super clean. Having said all of that, for something that I look at for an EDC, this might be a little too subdued and a little too simple. But if you like that, if you want something that's very unassuming, that's going to be very useful in having a very thin blade shape, a good drop point here out at the tip, going to have good jimping and comfortable ergos for you, especially those medium-sized hands, then the Neo is going to be one that I think is very interesting. And Kubey's, especially when you're going to say like White Mountain Knives and using code JD for EDC to save 10%, are usually going to be very affordable for the build. I think they punch way above their price point for what you get, so a lot for your money. What did you think about the Neo? Do you agree or disagree with where I am ranking it compared to others that you may have seen me rank on this channel? I think it is a very interesting piece. I think some Kaisers, like a Militol, even though that's bigger, those builds at those price points I think are going to be what you see are very competitive. And I brought Concept out here because I think Concept knives will be very competitive, although I will say the majority of Concepts have a little bit more swagger to their design. They're not going to be quite so clean. They may have one or two out there that I'm just not thinking of right now, but I really think that this one here is going to be more of that office carry type knife. All right, if you enjoyed the video, a like would be appreciated. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Affiliate links down in the description when you guys use those to help the channel tremendously. Special shout out and thanks to my channel members. Love you guys. I'm out of here. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.